Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and fun fact, litigation can take a very, very, very long time, and in this case, it most certainly is. There's an article from CoinDesk titled, Ripple Files Last Bid to Dismiss XRP Securities Lawsuit Before Court Meeting. Now, this stems back to a case that was brought about over a year ago. There are actually multiple suits against Ripple that were combined into ultimately one case. So I'm going to kind of give you a quick refresher on what's going in here. I'm sure many of you are aware of this, but I'm going to do a little refresher, and plus I need to set the table for this anyway. And I'm going to run through this piece and get into why this is absolutely nonsensical, because to me there is no case to be made here. It's pretty clear from my perspective anyway. For a couple of reasons. Not what you might think. It doesn't even have as much as to do with it as you might think in terms of the question of whether or not XRP is a security. It actually has very little to do with it. And of course, I'm Mr. XRP bull here. I don't believe for a moment that XRP is security, but this case should be tossed out aside from that. So I'm going to run through that. I also have an unrelated article that I want to share with you towards the end of the video. Unrelated, but fun. It's from Cointelegraph, and it's titled, Known Crypto Hater Sherman to Chair Congressional Subcommittee on Investor Protection. And this is about a politician named Brad Sherman, and I had fun making a video about some other nonsensical anti-crypto rhetoric much earlier in the year, back when I had probably like 5 subscribers or something like that, so probably nobody heard it. But he's back in the news. I miss this guy. It's been a hot minute. But before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP, and you know deep down in your heart that XRP is not a security and that this bogus lawsuit should be thrown out, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. This is an XRP-centric channel that does not engage in hype. All right, so I got this first article, the one that the most recent one anyway, from multiple people, and I usually just give a shout out to the first person that tagged me in it, but in this case I can't remember which I saw first, so I'm going to give 2 shout outs. First one to XRP Crypto Wolf, so thank you very much, and also I want to give a shout out to John Woo, who wrote, Moon Lambo, can you do a video on this story? And I responded, absolutely, emoji smiley face, thumbs up. And he wrote, thanks, man, you're the best. No, John, you're the best. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate the support. And absolutely, happy to run through this here. Now, again, as I stated at the outset, I do want to set the table a little bit. I'm going to briefly run through this piece, not all of it. I'm going to give you some of the high-level stuff just to make sure that we're all caught up. This piece was from August 14th of this year, and it was titled, SEC Guidance Gives Ammo to Lawsuit Claiming XRP is Unregistered Security. Yay, CoinDesk, fun headline. So I'm going to read these full bullet points, and then I'm going to scroll down. There's just a couple more sentences I want to cover. So bullet point 1 of 4. A new amended complaint against Ripple draws on the SEC's framework for digital assets to outline how XRP might be a security, likely the first federal case to do so. 2. The filing also cites California advertising law, in addition to federal securities law, to argue that investors were misled by Ripple's promotion of XRP. 3. While the case is a year old and has not yet received class action status, the new complaint is the first that Ripple must respond to with a substantive answer. 4. Ripple has until mid-September to file its response. Now, let me scroll down just a little bit further here, and so we can get back to kind of the beginning of this, the origins. The company has been in the legal crosshairs, referencing Ripple, since May of 2018, when investor Ryan Coffey filed the first of several lawsuits seeking class action status against Ripple Labs, also subsidiary XRP2 LLC, and that's the registered money services business through which Ripple Labs sells the XRP when they sell it, and also against CEO Brad Garlinghouse. He was named to this as well, and other individuals. XRP, which Ripple periodically sells, has, quote, all the traditional hallmarks of a security, Coffey claimed. Investors Vladi Zakhanov, Avner Greenwald, and David Ossener filed similar suits shortly thereafter. The lawsuits were combined and moved to federal court in November. So that's all bundled together now. Okay, so now we're kind of caught up. I think that's enough. I don't think we need to get any other details just to kind of get the gist of what's going on here. So let's jump into the piece today. And again, this one's titled Ripple Files Last Bid to Dismiss XRP Securities Lawsuit Before Meeting in Court. Even if XRP were a security, the investors suing Ripple brought their case far too late for it to proceed, the company said in a new filing. And that is at the heart of why whether or not XRP is security, for this case, it's pretty immaterial, right? If this indeed is the case, and as far as I can tell, absolutely it is the case. So further, subsequent arguments made by the plaintiffs contradict their original claims, Ripple said in a December 4th filing with the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California. It's the latest document filed in the back and forth since a federal court appointed Bradley Sostak the lead plaintiff in the ongoing case. Sostak filed his initial amended complaint in August 2019. The plaintiffs claim the company sold XRP as an unregistered security to retail investors. Now, the filing largely reiterated arguments Ripple made in an earlier motion to dismiss the case. That the amended complaint filed in August missed a legal deadline to pursue claims after an event, that the lead plaintiff still hasn't been able to show that he bought XRP from any of the defendants or during an initial offering, and that the claims that XRP is a security conflict with the plaintiff's claims under California's state consumer protection law. So, anyway, as such, Ripple once again has sidestepped the most important question the case poses for the digital asset industry, whether XRP, the third largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, is a security under U.S. law. Well, as far as it pertains to this case, that's not the biggest question. Maybe us as consumers or just participants in the world of crypto, maybe that's more interesting to us. That's fine, but it's not the biggest question in the case. No, I would dispute that most certainly. But look, XRP certainly is not a security, and I have to state this again. Anytime this crap comes up, it's just, can you imagine, given the crackdown on ICOs, because some of those were scams, some of them were outright securities, right? And the SEC has come down on some of them. Can you imagine a world where those little small cap coins, the hammer came down on them, but somehow, for some reason, Ripple, in the limelight, in the world of crypto, XRP being the third largest coin in terms of market cap, somehow, for some reason, the SEC allows them to just persist. They get to keep on selling their registered. Can you imagine that? The SEC allowing that for 7 years? I mean, it's pretty silly. So I don't care that. I mean, I kind of care a little bit. That SEC. I wish they would just come out and state, okay, XRP not a security. But I'm telling you, if it were, they would have taken action for now. By now, they would have done that. So anyway, check this out. XRP is not a security, but that is irrelevant for the purposes of this motion. Even if XRP were a security, plaintiffs' claims still fail as a matter of law, the filing said. Emphasis from the original document. The filing is the last before the parties meet in court next month to argue over the motion to dismiss. Now, despite the plaintiff's claims that Ripple engaged in an ongoing offering of securities, the filing said, Ripple first began selling XRP in 2013, meaning any case brought after the 3-year statute of repose should be dismissed. The court's passing reference to the statute of repose running from the defendant's last culpable act, the offering of the securities, does not append the first offered rule, the filing said. Referencing a number of other court cases which supported this argument. Yeah, see, I think... Can you look, Ripple, first of all, clearly not a security, so there's no way that Ripple's going to be penalized anyway. But look at just the fact right there. Like, this is a fact. How could Ripple not be reigning victorious here? Like, the concept is absurd to me. Anyway. The statute of repose argument was successfully used by defendants in a number of mortgage-backed securities cases several years ago. Rebecca Reddick, a partner at Fisher Broyles, previously told CoinDesk. Ripple reply also took aim at a line in the plaintiff's response filed November 4th, which said, Ripple issues new XRP from escrow for the first time each month for sale to the public. According to the December 4th filing, this argument contradicts the plaintiff's original amended complaint, which said all 100 billion XRP were created out of thin air by Ripple in 2013 prior to its distribution to investors. Yeah, they're kind of in a pickle there, right? Speaking out of both sides of their mouth. Well done. Coffee's lawyers and all, well, not just Coffee's lawyers at this point, might have made a little boo-boo there. A bullet point in the new filing further claims that the modifications plaintiff alleged changed XRP were actually made to Ripple, the software underpinning the XRP ledger. The filing also takes aim once again at claims that Ripple sold the XRP to the plaintiff, claiming that there was a 1 in 10,000 chance that this could have occurred. So check this out, and this is going to be fun. Check this out. I love this. According to the filing, Ripple's alleged exchange sales of XRP accounted for 0.095%, which is less than 0.1% of the total volume of XRP sold on exchanges during the time period Sostak said he bought XRP. Did you hear that? During that time period, 0.095%, less than 0.1% of the total volume of XRP sold on exchanges. Well, how about that, dang nabbit? So anyway, the parties will meet in court on January 15th of 2020, and it will end well for Ripple. That is my prediction. I don't make price predictions, but I will predict that Ripple's going to be just fine. They're going to come out of this unscathed. How about that? It's a silly waste of time. Let me read this also here. This is a piece from Daily Huddle on the same topic. It had a quote, though, that I wanted to share with you. It was a longer version of a quote. I think it was included there. So here's what Ripple had to say. Plaintiff's federal and state securities claims also fail because he has not plausibly alleged that he purchased XRP either from defendants or in an initial offering, as those statutes require. Finally, plaintiff's allegations, which pervasively claim that XRP is a security, defeat plaintiff's state consumer protection law claims, which cannot be predicted on the offer, purchase, and sale of reported securities as a matter of law. You're going down a flank, player. I'm just saying, man. All right, let's move on now. Take a look. This is a tweet from XRP You Amaze Me on Twitter. And I actually highlighted him before. He did this stunt at another location. I like this. And he tagged, did he tag? Yeah, he tagged me down here, didn't he? Yeah, there we go. He tagged me along with some other XRP community members, so I wanted to highlight this. So he wrote this. Guess who's been spreading the XRP gospel again? Another PC shop visited today. Every PC... They're all fair game for me, loaded up at Fiat Leak on every device possible, just like a flywheel. One store at a time, at Ripple, at hashtag XRP the standards. There's a little clip here, I think it's like 30 seconds or something like that. And so went into the shop and all the computers right there, just put up Fiat Leak with XRP on it. Well played, sir. Shout out to you. All right, next. Known crypto hater Sherman to chair congressional subcommittee on investor protection. Oh, man, this guy... The anti-crypto United States Congressman Brad Sherman, Democrat, California, has been elected to serve as chairman of the Subcommittee on Investor Protection, Entrepreneurship, and Capital Markets. On December 5th, chairwoman of the House Financial Services Committee, Maxine Waters, Democrat, California, announced that Sherman was elected to take up the position of chair at the subcommittee that oversees the Securities and Exchange Commission, the New York Stock Exchange, and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. Now, Sherman, who is an American politician serving as a Democrat member of the U.S. House of Representatives since 1997, is known to be a formidable opponent of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. Largely pro-crypto congressman and Sherman's colleague on the Financial Services Committee, Warren Davidson, Republican Ohio, recently told Cointelegraph that Sherman really doesn't like anything in the cryptocurrency space. Davidson went on to say, quote, "In my view, Sherman's goal is essentially to try to ban the internet. He's like, we're going to ban crypto. We need to ban crypto. The only reason to have any crypto asset is to launder money and evade taxes. Go back, rewind the tape. Every hearing on crypto, that's Brad Sherman. He doesn't like this space." Exactly. And you know, it's funny enough, it is true that back in even the mid-90s, there were politicians that were anti-internet because of all the bad things that could potentially happen. So he's the 2019 version of that, but for the blockchain and crypto space. Good times, right? Sherman has expressed opposition to any money that challenges the U.S. dollar's role as a global reserve currency. He continues to argue for an outright ban on cryptocurrency. It's not going to work. You can't. The whole world is not just going to uniformly ban cryptocurrency. So all that you'd be doing is choose to not participate in a burgeoning new portion of the economy. Like it's completely nonsensical. Anyway, this outspoken negative stance towards crypto earned him some criticism from Bitcoin bull Max Kaiser, who said that Sherman is going to a gunfight with a knife, adding, quote, "He has failed to take on board exactly what the dimension of this battle is going to be. He doesn't understand he's already lost." So there you go. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for stopping by. Good to see ya. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.